Rage of Aquarius with your hosts, Dan Smeriglio and Josh Bernstein.
Good evening, everybody. It is Sunday night. It is 9 p.m. Eastern time. And
that's right.
6 p.m. commie time, where Josh now has that in common.
Yeah, we're on California time now, unfortunately.
Time. Yes, so it's okay, though. We won't hold it against you. So this is the Rage of Aquarius, coming to you live, the voice of the people, U.S.A. Radio and Television Network, heard around the world by millions and millions and millions of people. Remember, download those apps, VOP USA, search it, Android, Apple, and Roku, Fire, Android, and Apple TV. Search us. We are there. And this is my co-host, Josh.
That's
Bernstein,
right.
the one and the only. What's up, dude?
Oh, man, what's up? Let's talk about these No Queens rallies. Oh, my goodness. The only people that showed up, by the way, were old hippies, basically, and crazy Karens. Thankfully, two groups that can't reproduce anymore. Yeah. But, wow, these people are just insane. And you can tell that it's manufactured. You can tell that it's AstroTurf. I mean, completely. George Soros, Neville Singham, the same people that brought you the Los Angeles riots. It's just an absolute joke. And so we've got some really, really interesting clips to go through. That's for sure.
Dude, these people, you know what's sickening is how proud of themselves they are. Like, they're out there, they think they're like punching Hitler in the face or something. Like, fuck Trump, and they're all proud. And they're like, literally, the majority are all probably 60s, 70s, which is kind of funny. And then the younger ones are just your typical whale elephants with their nose rings and their multicolored hair. And fuck the fascists, we won't live in dictator USA, as I alluded to in our text message before. As they're out there utilizing their free speech and their right to assemble in the United States of America, which is kind of funny, but that's okay. We don't think about the logical shit. And then you have the one scene that I really love, the Iranian woman telling off the one white liberal chick, and she had nothing to say. Like, I've been arrested in Iran. I can't see my family. They've killed my relatives, and fuck Trump. No bombs in Iran. Like, it's literally, it is the disgusting distinction and the correlation between, which I think is brilliant. These same talking points of the, as I'm now going to call it, I don't remember his name, but all I know is, of course, is that he's a Jew, because that's what they all want to talk about. But the gentleman on CPAC who called it the retard right, so the retard right and the No Kings people have the exact same talking points.
Yeah, they do.
They're defending the dictators of Iran, Maduro. They're defending the Palestinians. This is who they support, while saying that they're being held captive while utilizing their free speech and right to assemble in the United States of America. So it's kind of brilliant, and we'll get to CPAC later. But I love just the irony of it, dude, and the blatant hypocrisy and the sheer stupidity. It is just overwhelmingly naive.
It is, and more than that, these people, as I said on an earlier show, who's supporting the Iranian people? The American right, the conservative MAGA America First movement, right? Of course. And who's supporting the mullahs and the Iranian Revolutionary Guards and all that? It's the American Democrats and Western liberals in particular. And obviously the terrorists themselves are supporting themselves. So talk about being on the wrong side of history. My goodness. And the thing that's so ironic, as you just pointed out, is that you wouldn't be able to do this in any other country other than the United States. If you want to dress up like a furry freak and wear some kind of weird costume and talk about how you want to, kill the president, you can't do that anywhere else but here, you stupid bastards. So it's just amazing how the brainwashing and the TDS has just taken a hold of these people. And that's why I'm wearing this hat. If you notice, it says, "Hospitalize your local Antifa scumbag." So I thought that would be appropriate for the No Queens Day.
No, it's a fantastical hat, because
thank you.
These people, and I use that term loosely, people.
They, thems,
zers, them, cat, human, gender. But nevertheless, I mean, they represent the most sickening, disgusting people I've ever seen in my life. And again, as I've said this before, and I'll say it again, I mean, I would trade them for an Iranian citizen any day, because they have more intelligence. But these people have had no hardships in their lives. They've had not to endure any type of any type of true dictatorship, any type of true.
No, they've never been oppressed.
No, but the
what happened? Starbucks ran out of soy milk?
Yeah,
come on.
Let's forget their little. I never watched this bullshit because I knew then it sucked. But the handsmaid thing, like, first off, people, when you still dress like that was like a show that was like 10 years ago, 12 years ago. It's already old and it's stupid and it didn't really hit that well then either. But I know the women are so oppressed in this country. Women really are oppressed by Donald Trump, big bad Trump. I mean, women can't.
What rights do they not have? They can complain, they can bitch, they can wear what they want, they can go out when they want, they can dress how they want. I mean, you know, you can abort your babies still at the state level. I mean, what rights have you lost, you lying scumbags?
And it's priceless to me because, you know, like I don't know. I enjoy the whole theater of it because, like you said, it's completely manufactured. And I'm against whatever. Which one? Human rights. What human rights?
All of them. That's what they usually say.
Fucker, you don't understand.
I know. Yeah, they don't understand anything. No, they have no clue.
Like, dude, and the dressing up and the costumes and everything else. Like, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, you disgust me. And if you were all to drop dead, I would probably celebrate because the world will be better off without you.
Yeah, look, I agree 100% on that. Once we take care of the terrorist threats in Iran, we ought to start focusing on the terrorist threats here at home because you have to treat the modern day Democrat Party as terrorists. You can't treat them as anything else but that. And based on what they support, their ideology, and how they foresee America in the future. These rallies, these No Queens rallies, these were not, obviously, they were not grassroots at all. They had the same signs, they had the same props, all the same bullshit. But even before that, look at the entirety of what they were saying and doing. This was a revolutionary communist put together type of thing. They don't care about Trump. They don't care about this king's garbage, which of course it's not. They care about revolution and getting rid of capitalism and getting rid of the Constitution and getting rid of the Bill of Rights. They want communism. They've even said it. They said that these rallies were going to be focused more on revolution and revolutionary change. So what else do you need, Scott Bessent? What else do we need, Kash Patel? What else do we need, Pam Bondi? Why aren't we taking down these organizations? Why aren't we going and doing no-knock warrants at 3 a.m. to their headquarters and dragging them out by their collar and arresting them for insidious behavior, treason, aiding and abetting the enemy in a time of war, RICO statutes? I mean, take your pick. They are guilty of so much funding against the United States of America, conspiracy. I mean, you know, take your pick. There's so many things that these idiots in these organizations, the Neville Singhams, we should take his ass from China. We should tell China, look, we'll negotiate with you on tariff charges and things like that, but we want Neville Singham. And we ought to get him and bring him here, put him in jail, or better yet, you know what else? Because he's guilty of treason, just like George Soros, another one, and his weird son. Surprised they weren't dressed up like furries. Unreal.
Well, they been, but they do that in their normal lives, you know.
As they're drinking child's blood. Exactly.
Yeah. Abedin is anyway. But literally, these people should be shot and killed. And if they're advocating for a terrorist, a world-renowned terrorist extremist, regime, like Iran or the Palestinians, who all want death to America and they're enemies of this country that we happen to be in conflict with, and they're advocating for it, that right there should have them, at the very least, deported the hell out of our country. As far as I'm concerned, shoot them. Oh, that's not right. You're a hypocrite. You're this, you're that. Because listen, what it is what you said. As somebody who's held hundreds of rallies in multiple states, I never knew how hard it was, especially paying out of pocket, the insurance, the permits, the
permits, exactly, yeah.
Everything else that you had to do. So they could just magically throw this together in a matter of days and or a week or two out and have all the advertising all over the country. No problem. It's bullshit.
500 groups and over $3 billion is what they have and what they've been spending. And again, like I said, this is all from communist foreign revolutionary groups and things like that, right? But here's the thing. It was an absolute abysmal failure, more of a failure than even them. They were expecting 9 million people They weren't even close to that.
No.
The only two cities that even had any real large rallies was New York and LA. Everything else across the country, 14 people here, 21 people there, 38 people here. I mean, it was nothing. It was nothing. As a matter of fact, they said that they were going to have what did they say? They were going to have 500, I think, different locations or 1,000 locations, and they were going to have 9 million people. I don't even think they cracked 1 million people throughout the entire thing, and I don't think there was more than 50 or 60 total around the entire country. So it just goes to show you that when something is manufactured and not real as far as coming from the grassroots, it's going to fail no matter how much money you throw at it.
And it's funny because, of course, the media now is telling you that millions turned out nationwide. Those are the reports and the headlines. But, we have the ability to see with our own eyes, and we know not to believe any of you. But then again, I honestly, I'm a little conflicted, because if I am to believe what I'm being told by the real heroes of America, like the Bannons and Tucker Carlsons of the world, that CNN, NBC, and ABC are now working as the mouthpiece propagandists of the administration.
Oh my God, that's insane.
They literally said that the polls that CNN put out is obviously fake, so now they're the mouthpiece of the administration. It's new Pravda, so it's amazing how they could
So somehow Harry Enton is a MAGA America firster, is what you're basically trying to say, is what these idiots are trying to say?
Yep, according to Tucker and the Haji twins and Megyn Kelly. So it's interesting, but that same controlled state media is telling you millions came out nationwide. That's what they said, and it was an absolute abysmal failure, and it was hilarious. And I love seeing them fail. I like seeing them trolled. I like when the people drive by blasting the YMCA and the Alex Stein. I hate him. He's a piece of shit, fake grifter. But that was funny what he did. The vaccinated retards. But he's another one of them.
He was going around the other day, I think yesterday, in Texas, and he was saying the trans are psychos and trans are weirdos and this and that. It was kind of funny.
Vaccinated retards. I mean, so hey, it's all appropriate. But dude, it's so pathetic. They have zero argument. They have nothing to say, and they defend the enemies of America, and they defend those who have killed millions of people. This is like the people saying, I'm against the war, I'm against the Nazis, but I'm going to hold a pro-Hitler rally in the 1940s.
Exactly.
It's the same difference.
Yeah, and these flotillas that are going to Cuba, we should be bombing them. We should be bombing them as enemy combatant boats, because who knows? Maybe they have drugs on them, maybe they don't. Doesn't matter. You're going and you're helping a communist regime that we're going to be taking out next. Sorry, you're on the open seas. Oops. Sorry, we made a little bit of mistake. We thought you were one of those Venezuelan drug boats. Oops.
But what would the world do without Greta?
Oh God, so much.
How dare you?
She reminds me of like if olive oil had a child that was retarded, basically.
I was going to say like the little Swiss Miss or Little Debbie or something, with obviously inbred retardation.
There you go. Perfect.
That's the best way to put it. Like, you can't speak for the her because she's what? She's Asperger's, she's autistic. They changed it like 37 times. No, she's just a dumb little troll, grotesque, troglodyte looking bitch. But
she is.
And if she sank his Bob in the ocean, the world would be a better place too. See, I don't
certainly.
Care.
How dare you? Boom.
Right?
As she's drowning.
Her final words.
How dare you?
I mean, honestly, dude,
that'd be funny as shit.
And somebody made a comment once about how dare you say that if they died you wouldn't be upset. Do they not wish death on us 24/7?
Yeah, really. How many of these leftist scumbags were going like this when after Charlie Kirk was killed? Yeah. I mean, they're worse. Obviously, they're way worse.
Exactly. So I don't care. The world will be a better place without them.
Yeah.
And to tie this back in, because I want to play some of these clips too, but it's funny because you also had I had the video on my X somewhere. I'll see if I can find it after we go through the clips. If not, I'll play on the next one. But it's literally people that left CPAC. They walked out of CPAC and they went and joined the No Kings rally.
Oh my goodness.
They were disgusted that CPAC would welcome Raza, whatever, and they were other country flags at CPAC, and this is the fall of CPAC. So Steve Bannon, who had about I don't know, 30 people show up for his big speech, and then you had him come from Iran with, you know, the room was packed and they were celebrating and cheering him on. But apparently that was offensive to the, again, as the gentleman said, the retard right, which again, bravo to him, whatever his name is, for calling them out on the stage, you know, from CPAC.
Yeah, it's a good nickname.
Yeah, and I think it's fantastic, you know, and but they literally they showed themselves. They left CPAC and went and joined No Kings because we're now one and the same, real America first and no kings. This is
amazing.
just how pathetically fallen these people are, you know. And
like I always say, scratch a so-called conservative long enough, and you'll find the anti-Semite in there somewhere.
Obviously, you know,
and it's like so many of them are like that, sadly. And you know, a lot of them support me. They watched me throughout the years too. And it's like I've taken a very strong stance on being America first and Israel second. But more importantly, I understand why we're doing this and the dangers that they don't want to, you know, recognize or acknowledge. And there's severe dangers with Iranians getting their hands on nuclear weapons. And I don't understand why it's even an argument. I mean, honestly, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Anybody with common sense would understand that, but these people
exactly.
They're worthless, mindless, lobotomized zombies. Oh, of course. But then but what's worse is you have the idiots, and I spoke about this on Politishock, which by the way I ended up doing 6 hours. You know, wow. I know, fucking insane.
It's amazing.
But nevertheless, I spoke about this, and here's the thing: you have, and what's up, Joe, in the chat room? You know, it's sickening to see that the people who sell out for the money, that's one thing you almost expected. The people who get nothing and constantly chasing the money, who never get it, they just flip. Like I've seen some people that were hardcore, you know, pro-Trump, pro-America, you know, Candace Owens is dumb, evil, you know, divisive, and all this stuff. 2 months later, flip of a dime. Candace Owens is God. Trump is part of the establishment. If you disagree, you're evil. Don Lucre called out Candace Owens, which I think is great. He's kind of big on X narratives.
Yeah, no,
and I love what he said. He called her a disgusting, fake, fraudulent bitch, and he said he's gonna open up her closet, right, and expose it all, which I think is a wonderful thing. And then you have these people who not 2 months ago, hell, 6 weeks ago, were saying how Candace Owens is the devil. That's not how a man's supposed to talk to a woman. This is obviously paid by Erica Kirk. And like these people,
oh my goodness.
Like honestly, they love to criticize us, but it is just the most hilarious, pathetic, and sickening thing to see. And as we've discussed, since we've been around so long, it's like I went through this with the Tea Party. Like when I went through my rallies and they came out big in 2010 with their multi-millions of dollars, and I'm like, listen, they're using you, all right? They're not all the same. There were some good Tea Party groups, but the big ones, I said, they're taking your money to protest the government taking your money, all right? They're not going to help you. You're jealous.
Exactly.
You're jealous of them. Like I started years before them. I made zero off of what I did, whether that's dumb or not of me, you know, but I was not jealous of them. I was upset by people coming and take advantage of people and play off their fear.
And back then, the real movement was based on the fact that we were tired of the rhino establishment. Yeah. So we wanted something better. We wanted real conservatism. And so that's what won in the end, clearly, with President Trump. We just needed a leader to kind of take everything that the Tea Party was doing and put it all into one party. And thankfully, that's what we've done. And so we've taken over all of the Republican Party, right? I mean, we saw the poll, 100% for MAGA, right? Whatever it was, 0% on the other side. Yeah. But this whole grifter movement is trying to fracture that. And the thing that pisses me off the most is that I was thinking in the Trump years, with Brendan Carr being the FCC commissioner and all that, that I wasn't going to continue to be censored and was going to be able to grow, you know, my audience and everything else like some of these other folks have been able to. And they're late to the party, right? They're fair weather friends. They came in right about, you know, as soon as President Trump was going to win the presidency. Now all of a sudden, the Megyn Kellys and all the rest of these idiots are going, oh, well, look, we're going to be MAGA now. We're going to take over for MAGA. And then they don't get censored. They end up having, you know, hundreds and millions of views and everything else and big followers. And yet we're still struggling. But you know what? I'd rather still struggle and be truthful and accurate and grounded and not sell out like these other, you know, idiots have.
Yeah, they're literally politwhores. You know,
politwhores. There's another show. The politwhores.
Politwhores. I think it's great. That would actually be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But like seriously, dude, it's just it blows my mind how and that's the luxury that we have of being around before it, because we were MAGA before MAGA was a thing, because
Exactly.
all right, we were actually out there and doing things, and it's so comical because to see, and I think with the Brendan Carr thing, because hell, I'm still censored, where like I said, the only thing that blows my mind is this is like, I don't know what, 6-7 weeks now that YouTube is still streaming the shit. It doesn't save it, but it streams it live. I have no idea.
That's weird. Yeah, that is weird.
I mean, I guess it's like literally number 444 YouTube account had to be the one that works. I'm never to get monetized, but whatever. But I'm just like you. We get zero push, zero reach, zero anything, because that's just the way that it is. And I think that's emblematic of, there's still people working against Trump and his administration. It's better than the first administration, but you see what they're doing now, the fault lines, if you will.
I think it's the social media companies. They're on one hand, they're telling Trump and the administration, oh yeah, we believe in freedom of speech, we're not censoring people, wink, wink, but yet they're still doing it. There's no question about it. I mean, if you remember, and this was probably, I think, November or December of last year, of 2025, maybe even October, I don't remember. Anyway, somewhere around that time, what's his name? Jim Jordan, right, in the House from Ohio. He came out and he said that he spoke with YouTube and that they were going to, quote, give people back that were censored during the AutoPen years their channels back, right? So I saw that and I was like, oh wow, this is amazing, because I've been turned down, I don't know, 35, 40 times on appeals. So finally I was like, all right, I'm finally going to get somewhere, and if I can get even one of my channels back. One was 380,000 people, the other one was 200 and something thousand. So I had 500,000 right off the bat to start with. And so I sent in the repeal and everything else, and I was denied again. And so at this time I was like, all right, now I'm pissed. So I reached out to his office, I reached out to some of the local offices, I got a phone call back, and I was able to tell them what was going on. And they said, well, let me see what I can do. We'll have someone get back to you. So about an hour later, someone from the House Judiciary Committee gives me a call from Jim Jordan's office. And he tells me, well, the letter just came out now, and Jim kind of jumped the shark a little bit, so it's not going to be until January, February, but we're working on it. And then I gave him the information, and he goes, hang on one second. And he comes back to the line, and he goes, well, you're one of about 25 people on a list that YouTube has that say no matter what, don't allow their channels to come back. So I'm thinking, okay, well, what does that mean? And they said, well, I don't know. We may have to get Jim Jordan involved directly. So I reached out about mid-January as an update, nothing. I reached out in February, nothing. And so here we are in almost April and still nothing. So there's still a bunch of bullshit going on with YouScroob and everything else and all these other platforms out there. They're still run by commies, and they're just pretending not to be.
Yeah. And then you have people that are trying to subvert the agenda. And I see what they're doing now, big time with again, it seems all lines lead back to Tulsi and JD. And they're trying to big time to say that Tulsi is working against Trump, but then she comes out with something big right before he's about to fire her. I don't know. Again,
I don't believe any of that. I mean, They just did the straw poll, and it was JD and Marco Rubio, and that should be your ticket in 2028.
And then they're trying to sow the seeds. Like Alex Jones is now back to being all anti-Trump all the time, and he's and it's the whole JD's being quiet because he's distancing himself from the president. He's giving soft support and everything else. Listen,
he's just not overshadowing him.
Exactly.
He's playing his role.
Trump doesn't need anybody to stand. It's the perfect shitstorm of Trump. If he needs something done that he's focused on something else, sick Marcos, sick JD. They'll kill you in a political.
Oh, easily.
And they'll throw a couple acids and dams in there and have fun with it. Otherwise, Trump doesn't need anybody to speak on his behalf or pitch anything or sell anything. The man's quite good at it, all right? But this is the lie and the methodology that they're using to try to spread. And again, it's like you and I are victims of it, from so far back. And it's
exactly
it's funny because I'm like you, like YouTube. Yeah, I lost tons of that. And like I said, this account I have, in all actuality, probably 16 accounts that had high numbers that have been just wiped out from existence and never to come back. And we're still talking about X. Like I said, whatever our X account is on VOP USA Radio, I think it's like 3,000, 4,000. When they took it down, it was at 994,000 followers. 994,000. Then I get it back 3.5 years later with 0.
Yeah, exactly. I know, exactly. And the thing is like all these people now that are able to grow, right? All these new people that have come up in the last 4 or 5 years, they're able to grow and get big audiences. And because we were saying things that they're now saying, now we were saying 10, 15 years ago and getting caught for it because it was, quote, controversial. Now they say what we were saying 10, 15 years ago every single day and nothing. They get rewarded for it. They get more views and everything else. It's like I'm so just tired of that, double standard bullshit.
It's disgusting, and
it is.
I wish we could win on every front, but if I had to take because it would be nice if you and I could actually maybe get some of the freaking monies that we should rightfully have and deserve, not because, woe is us, but it's like, fuck you, we earned it. But at the same time, we both know it's never going to happen.
Censorship, in my opinion, for me in particular, has probably cost me at least $1 million, maybe $1.5 million to $1.8 million to even $2 million. Because you think about it, I was on the trajectory of a Charlie Kirk type of person where I had millions and millions of views. It was known all over, and then boom, it all went crashing down. And so they took my income away from me, 100%. Okay, and so I've had to struggle and survive, and the people that love me stick with me and have stuck with me all these years, and I'm so thankful for all of them. But it's very difficult. It's very difficult to kind of get back to where I was. And honestly, I was thinking in the Trump years, it's going to be a breeze. I've got 4 years to get my career back and going and things like that. But anyway, we don't want to sit here and bitch all about that. But it's just the truth that there's a double standard in conservative media between, still censoring the old guard, basically, and allowing these new dipshits that don't know anything, don't have any experience. We have forgotten more than this new group of idiots could even remember. Absolutely. Right? I mean, that's the reality here.
Absolutely. And it's not even about bitching. It's just about bringing it up because it's relevant. And I don't care what anybody says. We're gonna take our shit to the next level. It's gonna happen one way or another.
We will.
Damn. But you're right. I was expecting something else, and it's like at the flip side of that. On the flip side of that, it's like, all right, well, Trump, why aren't you focused on this? But I won't be like them and say, you know what, you're defeating the globalists and making the world a safer place. I get it. But it would be nice if somebody else, again, as I often say, and there's a lot of good people in this administration, so I'm not knocking them all. But, at the same time, it would be really, really, really freaking nice if somebody would try to even match 25% of what President Trump does, not named the
exactly,
or all right, even Bessie.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I just want election integrity. I just want the SAVE Act. I want what's good for the country. It's not even about me. I want that. That's what we're focused on, and we're going to get that done. It's going to take some time, but we're going to get that done.
Absolutely. And it's just the truth. Hi, Piper. Hi, Jason. Hi, Joe. Hi, everybody. Jim Jordan talks but doesn't do shit. Josh, let's give us another example. Google compromised. They're all compromised.
They're all compromised.
Like I said, shit can them all, and just leave Anna and what's his face, and that's it.
Yeah.
At least we have some Republicans calling for Thune to be ousted. So good. I mean, I
just need 5. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
5 Republicans. That's all you need.
Yet again, we educate people, but that's okay, And yes, fascist book, always fascist book. Joe's got it nailed. All right, so we went down that little path there. So let's see. I want to play one of these clips because
let's play them. Let's play these clips. These are hysterical.
All right, let me do my screen share thingy to have everything pulled up. But come on, where the hell is it? Whoops. So. This is what it is when you produce your own shit, people. So you gotta wait a moment sometimes. Oh God, I want to get this right at the beginning. This is just so fantastical. I see this, I'm like, I could play a big screen. Good.
There you go.
Looks. Wait, hang on here. You want to see these superheroes? This is the leaders. These are the leaders of. They're gonna save America right here. Hi, Piper. We're gonna save America with these folks. Here we go. All right. Let me make sure the volume's up and get over there. Here we have it. Here we go.
Oh my God.
I like that fat, ugly, bald, dyke-looking bitch right in the front. He's got to make me feel a certain kind of way.
Where's there an Islamic truck attack when you need one?
I know.
There's not a pair of cock and balls among any of those people in there, and I'm pretty sure if there was a cock, it would be on the women.
Yes, and fossil fuel reliance. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
These, ladies and gentlemen, are the heroes that are saving America. You know, one no kings rally at a time. Oh my God.
And just like I said, they're old, they're out of shape, they're hippies, and they're these crazy Karens. That's all they are.
You know what's sad is I gotta.
You got another one?
Oh, I got them all, dude.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
These are some good ones.
What's sad is that the hippies from back in the day, at least they kind of, I mean, they were idiots too, but at least they kind of stood for something that you could.
Well, they loved their country. They were legit about the Vietnam War, right? I mean, the way they went about it, spitting on soldiers and shit like that, was absolutely demonic and evil. But at least they loved the country. That's the difference. Democrats don't love America anymore. They love globalism and communism. That's the sad part.
It's so pathetic, man. And it's like, you know, it boggles the mind a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, at least you understood, like, all right, they had their issues, but at least they had something. Look at that. Like, what is, like, here we go. Let's just play it. I honestly, it just look at these heroes saving the country.
Wait for the king and his entourage.
Oh my goodness. Dude. Like I said, there's nobody out there.
No, it's
Nice.
Just a bunch of eunuch soy boys and crazy left-wing Karens.
Oh my God! Imagine how bad it smells.
Oh, I know.
Oh my
I know.
God! Like, look at these fucking life losers, man.
It's nothing worse than a dirty hippie.
There's the Ukraine flag. There's somebody with a bird hat. Oh, yeah, they're really. Look at that. Oh,
Yeah.
What are they? Bugs? Oh,
I know, right?
Lice. They're lice. Oh, that's so funny. Lice. That's because what they thought.
Wow. That's right. Exactly. That's what they have.
God, dude.
Wow.
All right, where's this next one? This is disgusting.
And the thing is that's not organic.
No.
Because no one's going to take the time to do that. You know who came out to these things? Unemployed idiots and retired old people. That was it. They're retired. They're getting their government checks every month, right? So they have plenty of time to do all this shit and volunteer with all these left-wing commie groups. And there it is. Oh, man. Are they trying to be sperm or something?
I don't know. They're sheep.
They're sheep.
I guess.
Okay. Make insane asylums open again. Yeah, and put these stupid bastards in them.
I agree. Let's see if they go back.
Welcome to the circus.
Oh, it's a video.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, is there a movie on this one?
What are they playing, like Ramstein or something?
Actually,
Welcome to the shit show. Just another freak show. Hang your hat at the door. Welcome to the circus.
oh my God.
Wow. I'm surprised the Islamics didn't jump on them and start humping them.
I know.
Right? Oh my goodness, look! There are more women for us! This one looks like your wife! Feels like my wife too, yes! Ah, ooh, yes, 72 times, ah!
Oh, look at me! Ooh, nice! I have trucks. I got trucks to my cousin.
Oh, this feels not bad! Not bad!
Hey, right now you got alpha male. You'll get
Oh, man.
Oh, fascist dictator, use alpha male. Those goats will never see it coming. Dude.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, fucking, oh, here's more. All right.
They should have put targets on their asses for the Muslims to come in. Oh, there it is. Oh, yes. Here they go. Ooh, nice.
One thing us and the Muslims probably have in common with these fuckers, even they're like, look at these fucking kids.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, no wonder America's fucked. Look at these idiots. All we do is cut people's heads off and hold it up to the camera. They dress up like sheep, like we want to bang.
You know, you just understand them. Throw you off a building, light you on fire, cut your head off. Okay.
Yeah.
Go. But here, look at the intelligent.
Oh
winner.
boy.
Here we go. Here's another winner. All right. Here, wait. Let's
See, old people.
Oh, they're going to reclaim America. They are the resistance. How does it do that?
What the hell is that? You go full screen?
That is full screen.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Is that like a fake train?
I guess. What? The king has now become a king.
The guy with the suitcase looks like he just came across the border.
Right? Look at the image. No sign is big enough to list all the reasons to be here. Yeah, name one, you dumb bitch.
I know.
Oh my god, man.
The guy with the suitcase looks like he was just displaced. Like, is this where immigration is? Am I supposed to go here? If we were doing a rally on our side and we had to, we would have hundreds of thousands of people and we'd all be armed.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It wouldn't be a rally. It would be like, time's up. Come on. Time's up. This is it. That's what it would be like. And we hope it doesn't get there. But trust me, if it does, that's how it's going to go.
Yeah. And
We don't play around and dress up and scream and dance and cheer and sing. No, we just go, time's up, folks.
Goodbye. You know, I'm fine with that at this point. Let's cull the herd, people. All right.
Culling the herd.
Let's watch this winner. Oh wait. Oh, this one's fun.
This one's actually really funny and good.
Yeah.
You seeing this shit, bro? No King's Rally, bro.
Yeah, they're protesting a king that doesn't even exist.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up.
Look at them, fucking screaming about kings while holding iced lattes.
Nothing says rebellion like gluten-free rage, bro. Long live the imaginary king of Wokotopia.
Hell yeah, maybe they'll finally overthrow their own fucking stupidity.
Every year it's the same bullshit. Down with the king.
Down with history class, more like.
Yeah.
By the power of fake oppression, I crown you king of dumb fucks.
I humbly accept the stupidity of the people.
They think this protest will end the monarchy.
What monarchy, dumbass? The fucking Burger King franchise?
Same shit every fucking year. Noise, selfies, zero impact.
America ditched kings in 1776. Get the fuck over it!
We're literally dressed as fucking kings right now and still make more sense than them.
Yeah, at least our crowns aren't made of denial.
Nice.
That's great.
Picked a couple of winners, huh?
Yeah. That's great.
That's a good one. That's a really, really good one.
Oh my god.
But you know what? The best thing to do is to mock them and point out the fact that they were not successful.
Yeah.
There are millions more of us than there are of them. That's the bottom line. Thankfully.
And don't mind me. I'm just I'm trying to search my X thing here and see if I have one of the other videos that I tried to save. So I'm doing two things at once here. I can multitask.
Multitasking.
You know? Boy, I'll tell you right now, I can multitask when I take the Ozempic of the sea.
I can take Ozempic and a dick pill at the same time with the same hand.
That's alphabet. Let's shut us down. You need to buy the alphabet right now. Let me tell you. You want to be like that guy that kicked that fascist Donald Trump out of the office. I hate Trump. He's the devil. He's one of the globalists right now. He's the tip of the spear. But I don't want to put the baby out of the bathwater because I still like Trump. You know, I still support him. He's just dumb. You know, he's just dumb. Just saying. But he's a great guy. But he's terrible. He's the devil. I hate him.
Buy my dick pills.
Buy the alpha male. You know,
Get the alpha male dick pills.
And
Another grifter.
dude, it's just so.
There's so many of them. So many of them.
Oh, here's the guy. I don't want. It's the whole thing is 8 minutes. Josh Hammer.
Oh, I know who that is. He's always on the Australian show with Rita Panahi. He's a lawyer. He's nothing special. I don't know why she gives this idiot 15, 20 minutes every time. She's the one that says liberals behaving badly, right? And she does the segment. And then she has this putz on afterwards. And he usually just says stupid talking points. He's more of a rhino, establishment type. I don't know why she has him on, but whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never seen him before, but I appreciated him calling out the CPAC scumbag. So well,
that's good. Yeah, I mean, look, the people that were in that room with Reza Pahlavi were just electric. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can just tell everybody just loved what he was saying, whether they were Americans, whether they were Iranians that left the country and now love freedom and everything else. And and I was saying this on another show. Everyone has this doom and gloom about the midterms, but I'm not so sure, and I'll tell you the couple reasons why. First and foremost, it's America's 250th anniversary. So there's going to be tons of patriotism going around all over the place, right? We've got, of course, the MMA fight, we've got the World Cup, we've got, I think, the Olympics, right? So we have all these different things happening around that time. But we're also going to have a liberated Venezuela, a liberated Iran, a liberated Cuba. So I think a lot of those people that maybe normally either would stay home or would vote for Democrats, maybe they're going to start voting in big numbers for Republicans because we have saved their asses and we have proven that we are the party that will make sure that we destroy tyranny around the world. So I think that it's going to be a hell of a lot closer. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, at least not now anyway. So we'll see what happens. But I think, the Iran war goes right, Venezuela and Cuba liberated. I think that's a big, big amount to run on. But again, we got to get the SAVE Act. We get the SAVE Act, and that will awaken the MAGA America First base like you cannot believe. Because then we'll go out in big, big numbers because we'll know, hey, if we show up, we're going to win. They're not going to be able to cheat and steal.
Yeah. And the flip side of that is, we know the shit fucks on the fake right are going to do what they're doing because they're just focused on 2028 how to keep the money train going. So they don't care. They want the Democrats to win. Please believe they all want the Democrats to win on the fake right. They need that because they need the perpetual enemy and everything else. But if the Senate doesn't do the SAVE Act, if that does not happen, what are people going to say? We're going to punish them and elect the Democrats?
I mean, I don't know. That's a good question. I would say if we don't get it done by like May 15th or something like that, somewhere around there, then we're going to have to find the states, especially the swing states. And there's only one or two that don't have voter ID. I can't remember exactly which state. I think it might have been New Hampshire. And then I think there's just one other state. It might have been Nevada. I think those 2 out of the 7 swing states are the only ones that don't have voter ID. So we're going to need ballot initiatives immediately in those states. But all the other states that do not have voter ID, you need to do ballot initiatives. You need to gather signatures, and you need to figure out a way to get it in front of the voters, pass it overwhelmingly so that no one can veto it, like a governor or whatever, and then we will have voter ID. But, I mean, it doesn't make any sense right now. I mean, these scumbags left town in the middle of the night with their tail between their legs because they knew they tried to screw over the American people. The House stepped up and said, sorry, we're not going to do that. And now they're still out of town. President Trump has said, get your asses back. So I don't know. Hopefully they come back quick and we can shove the SAVE Act down their ass because that's what needs to happen. We have got to get them to do it.
And again, it kind of blows the mind a little bit because, again, what the hell alternative do you have, people? I mean, we want this path, but it's like either way, these are still bad people. But at the same time, if we know that they're evil and they suck and they're corrupt and I hate them all. But what's the alternative? Let's go and bring in the ones that are going to fucking put, 7 genders on the Supreme Court, all 37 appointees to the Supreme Court, and just like, it's like how How is it? Well, when Democrats were in control, we weren't at war, really. Right? We had no war.
What the hell was the Ukraine-Russia thing that we basically funded the entire thing?
Yeah.
Of course we were at war. What about the pullout from Talibanistan?
Yeah.
I mean, that was an absolute disaster.
And then
we weren't at war.
We got to go back to Trump's first presidency, so no war. And then prior to that, a little thing happened here and there, under Obama. Nothing too big, not at all. I mean,
no, because he allowed our enemies to continue to grow and prosper and get stronger and more powerful because he wasn't taking care of business. So yeah, you're right. But there was no wars because he was a pussy.
Except we let our fucking guys die at the, on 9/11 in 2012. We let them get murdered at the, and everything else that happened.
With nothing.
We lost
no response.
Soldiers while Obama was president, and the wars that were still going on, mind you. A lot more than 13. Okay? A lot more than 13. We had 13.
13 alone. Yeah, I was just going to say Bagram Air Base.
Exactly. So, again, he's killing Americans now. Really? Yeah, it's a shame that they died, but you know what? The morale of the troops over there is very freaking high because they believe in what they're doing. So again, it's these people that are mouthpieces that never had the balls or the integrity enough to actually step up and serve their country. So again, I say to you, go fuck yourselves. But it's like you're going to be the people that are going to step up and say what they're really feeling. It's just like the rest of them. It's typical leftists on the right and the left. And the left is too dumb to even do this now. But it's the same bullshit. Dr. King, what did he say? Judged by the content of the character, not the color of the skin. What he meant was, we hate white people. Really? And it's just like this retelling of history. You know what I mean? We got to make it sound more like it fits to us. When Malcolm X said the most dangerous person in the world is a white liberal, he didn't mean that. What he meant was the white Republican.
He meant the white liberal. Because even he understood.
Of course, dude.
Exactly.
And that's what I mean. They try to retell this story, and it's comical. And these asshole white people are doing the same thing. I mean, we know
the guy from Hollywood, Nick Cannon, I think he has like 19,000 children with probably 100 million white women or whatever. Anyway, recently he told the truth. He said that the Democrats are the party of the KKK, and they're attacking him for being factually correct.
Yes.
Right? Because they are.
It's not just us saying it. Again, we've done history lessons before in the past, but look when the first black elected Republican was, all right? Congress, I mean, we can go back to 1800s, but Democrats, who passed the Civil Rights Act?
Republicans. And who filibustered it? Democrats.
And again, your friggin' Democrat God hero president that said he's going to keep those N-words in chains for a generation. It's disgusting, man.
LBJ, the one who killed JFK, obviously. But he was the worst racist there was. Right? As soon as we passed this Welfare Act, basically, is what it was, the Great Society Act, whatever it was. What he said immediately, we'll have these N-words voting Democrat for the next 200 years. That's what he said.
For generations.
He used to call his black limo driver a boy. He was about as racist as they get.
Yeah. And then let's not forget, Joe Biden's wonderful speeches from the Senate talking about
they're going to put you all back in chains.
Yeah, well, but even before that, though, I mean, we have these, the word he used was niggardly, but then he said the word without the "ly" at the end. So it's like, but these are
even for Barack Obama, he's the first clean spoken, no Negro dialect candidate. Remember that?
Yeah. But Donald Trump's the racist, the one with the black supermodel girlfriends, the Jewish family. He's the racist.
Right.
These other ones are fucking pillars of the community. And it's like, this is who you expect to take. Like, this going to lead us back to salvation. Like, listen, things are broken right now because they had 4 years of running completely. Like they did, the levels of damage that they did over 4 years was monumental.
It was
worse than Obama. It was worse than Bush, who was basically a Democrat. I mean, 4 years, again, you had the puppet there, but he didn't do anything. They had their wet dream. They
basically stole the election. They put in the puppet. And they, put their hand up his ass and, wave, whatever. And then you had the most radical, extreme elements ever assembled in government basically running the government and implementing every one of their left-wing goodies on the American people. It was an experiment, basically, in communism for 4 years. That's what it was.
Yes, because they thought that Agenda 2030, their Great Reset, which was Agenda 21, but Trump got in the way by their own admission. But they thought, now we've stolen it. We've showed them what we do as we're doing it to you, which is what they do. And they stole it. They got away with it. So now, okay, now the vaccines, now everything. And they just kept going and going and going. So, yeah, things are going to get better. Gas prices will come down. Food costs will come down. He's done more in 1 year than most presidents will do in 2 terms or some 4 terms. But you have to understand the levels of destruction that were done. And lest we forget that our superheroes in the Senate, we still have how many people not yet confirmed to the administration? So,
oh my God, like over 90 judges?
Yes.
Just waiting.
Oh, lawfare. What's Trump doing to fix that? Marjorie Taylor Greene said the other day on CNN. What's he doing about the judges? You stupid slut whore bitch. You know better than anybody that there's still over 90 judges that are still waiting confirmation, being dragged down deliberately by the party in control, which so happens to be the Republicans.
Yep.
So,
and Thune is the one that's blocking most of them.
Yes.
Thune and Grassley.
It's freaking disgusting. Like Grassley, dude, go. You've been dead for the last 30 years. Like, come on, you're an animated.
He's like 240 and a half.
At least. I mean, for him, it's like, he's probably receiving a Social Security check, but he's one of those ones that was born on 1776, so it's a big day coming just July 4th for him,
Yeah, he's been around a long time.
He's been around for a minute, but as the kids say, a minute? Ugh. Anyway.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm with you. I think there's still a chance with the midterms. I'm not
it's still early. I mean, here's our issue. Our issue is the one person who has absolutely screwed us from day one of this term till now is Jerome Powell. Yes. Because if Jerome Powell was not there, interest rates would have been much lower. We would have recovered a lot faster. Yep. And now this piece of shit is up in May, and he's saying publicly that if I'm under investigation or indictment, I'm just going to stay on, not as Fed chairman, but as the board of governors. Now, most Fed chairmen, once their term is up, they leave. They go to the private sector, they become a lobbyist, douchebag, whatever it is that they do, but they leave the board. This asshole said, if I'm still under investigation when my term is up, because he has to leave, I'm going to still be on the board of governors. Now, it doesn't mean that he's the ultimate deciding factor on interest rates, but he has a voice and a vote, and he'll just be a thorn in our side. So here's what I suggest we do. I suggest, and people aren't going to want to hear this, but we need to get rid of this guy. And we need to say, look, you need to go away. You need to resign your position on the Board of Governors, everything, when your term is up, and we won't prosecute you. Now, I know people don't want to hear that. But you know what? We get somebody else in. We get someone to replace him on the Board of Governors as well as the federal chairman. Kevin Warsh will be the next federal chairman. And then maybe after things are going really good, maybe at the very end, around 2028, indict him again anyway. Yeah. That's what I say we do.
I agree. And to our libertarian friends out there, and the Fed.
And the Fed altogether. I mean, let's go back to the gold standard, 1913. Let's do it.
Golden era. Listen, if you don't think it's in the man's mind, you're missing the telltale signs, people. So, all right, go ahead. You have another...
I was just going to say, we've been talking about, these boots were made for fighting, and that's exactly what they're going to do, because these boots are going to be on the ground pretty darn soon. Pentagon hands President Trump Iran ground invasion plans as the president weighs his next move. And basically what it says, according to military officials, the plan stops short of a full-scale invasion, but could further weaken the regime's grip on power. The plan is currently for targeting operations involving special operations units and conventional troops, and in particular, Karg Island. Of course. So I think what's going to happen here, and I'm just going to take an educated guess because I'm not in the military and all that, but I think what's going to happen is the CENTCOM commander, Bradley Cooper, just went to Israel to meet with Israel Katz and the rest of the people in the IDF and all that, and they're game planning for the next and final stage of this war. And I think what you're going to find happen is, because there's such a hesitancy in America to actually put, quote, boots on the ground on mainland Iran, I think they're going to split it up. I think the IDF is going to put boots on the ground in Iran, mainland, and we're going to put, quote, boots on the ground and take Karg Island and take out the Straits. Actually, the Straits is already pretty much being controlled by us. Yeah. That's according to President Trump said, I think, earlier this morning. Yeah. But I think you're going to see a two-pronged approach here, where IDF boots will be on the ground clearing out the rat's nest, and we'll be taking over Karg Island. And I think it's going to happen April 9th to the 16th, somewhere around there is when I think it'll happen. And
I think it's, again, I think very soon. And strategically, you're going to see other countries involved as well, because the Kurds are take it from me, I have this one I could say, and whatever, but the Kurds are in country, and more are coming, and they equal friend, okay? They're good. And it's not just the Kurds. I forgot what the hell they're called, and I should know this, but the Hindu special forces, what the hell are their names? I should know this. I always forget the names because they were so funny. Like we take our flying carpets.
I mean, there's Kurdistan, but I'm not sure what they're called. But they were victimized and persecuted for years, dude, as an ethnic minority in Iran.
As far as fighting forces go, some of the coolest people you'll ever meet. And literally, they busted balls more than anybody. Like we have our fleet of flying carpets, and we don't throw grenades at people. We throw our magic lamps. And they're absolutely hilarious, but they're in country as well. And I got to get their name. I can't think of it at the moment. I apologize, but I'm telling you, we're going to see other countries involved. Yeah. Saudi, whatever. Right? Saudi's going to provide support, but I think you're going to see other Middle Eastern countries obviously get involved as well. But you're 100% right. The island is where it's going to be at, and it's going to end quick. You have the Marines, you have the 82nd, and you have Delta,
and another 10,000 more on their way.
You have no more enemy. Listen, all right. I mean, maybe I'm a little partial, but Delta alone could end this. Okay, so it's going to be swift, and it has to be. It's going to be quick. Cut the head off, which is the island, and let the Israelis and the Kurds take care of the rest. And it won't take much. It will not take much. So I agree, dude. It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming for sure. They just wiped out the head of their nuclear scientists and weapons program in an airstrike. Killed him and his entire family. That happened yesterday. Research chief of Iran's super nuclear weapons program killed in airstrikes. And there's also this being reported. The Iranian president, Pezeshkian or whatever his name is fighting against the IRGC's new commander. His name is Ahmad Vahidi. And this is a guy that's been around since the late 1980s. And he's the one that created the exportation of terrorism through proxies around the world. This is the guy that also was Qasem Soleimani's right-hand man for many years. He's now in charge of the IRGC underground or wherever he's doing this. So he needs to be the number one target when they go into Iran. His name is Ahmad Vahidi, and this guy needs to be eliminated quickly.
It's funny because I saw Hezbollah struck Israel, Tel Aviv, right, last night or something like that. Because Trump had called for a pause in the airstrikes, but Iran launched an attack and Hezbollah launched an attack. So we lit them up bad. We lit them up so bad. And I mean, dude, like we've been saying, we've been calling for it since the very beginning. And he knows, and it's going to happen. Eliminate them all. And
we have to. We got no choice. And that's where we'll go into Reza if you have that. The Reza's clip is just amazing. The entire speech was incredible. But one of the things that he said is exactly what I've been talking about for the longest time. He said that these disgusting IRGC and Quds Force fighters were literally slaughtering these men and women that were protesting, and then telling their parents that they had to pay for the bullets used to kill their children.
Yep.
How fucking evil is that?
Dude,
this is why this regime cannot cannot survive this. All of them have to die. Every single one.
And this is a minute 46 clip. We're going to be a little bit over, but just watch. This isn't him talking, but just watch the reception.
Ladies and gentlemen, make Iran great again. A speech from Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi.
What do you say we go from?
They won't even let him speak. They're cheering so much.
No.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
From death to America to God bless America.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. سپاسگزارم. سپاس.
It's great, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
See, I wish I could do the whole thing, but I love it, man. It's like, it's so damn powerful, and just, again, to go for, and he said it best, literally from, death to America to God bless America. This is such a historic moment in time.
Yeah.
It's like, it is so damn.
You can hear everything in their emotions, the hopefulness, the pride, the Iranian pride, and more importantly, the liberation that is getting ready to come. And you can tell that he's the one that's going to help lead that liberation and a new Iran. So it's just amazing. It's unbelievable. And, it's something I said on another show, and I'll say it right now for everybody before we go. There's going to be peace in the Middle East, and it's going to be permanent peace. And what people don't understand is that once the Iranian regime falls, these countries in the Middle East are going to sign onto the Abraham Accords, which means they're going to have normalization relationships with the country of Israel. And I think they're going to be all lining up to do it. Yep. Seriously, all of them are going to do it. And the reason is because they know that the United States and Israel saved their asses. Yeah. All those Muslim countries know it. So I think there's going to be peace in the Middle East, and it will be permanent peace as well.
Amen. And to all the Iranian citizens that are now magically...
Get ready to fight.
Well, but all the ones that are magically finding weapons now and shooting at IRGC and killing them in the streets, keep it up. God bless you.
Keep it up.
Kill them all. Kill them all. It's about damn time.
Let Allah sort them out with his 72 goats.
They're fucking pedophiles. Oh, I mean, well, that's all right. That's Muhammad. Excuse me. Hey, right now, I don't like this. I don't like this Islam dating. It's I got to take another alpha Islam. My newest pill.
The alpha Islam pill.
Alpha Islam. Oh yeah, those high pitched bitches. It's what I like. I'm tell you right now. There it is, ladies.
Boom. There it is.
From Alex Jones's boner pills to Josh Bernstein pointing at you.
That's right.
The book. Buy the book. The link's in the show description. Get it. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. Substack, jbushow.substack.com. Join the Substack. Keep following us. Keep spreading the show everywhere you see it. Say, hey, folks, have you seen this new show? Check it out. Help us grow. That's all. We'd really appreciate it. God bless y'all.
We're up against it. We're getting lots of views. We're getting lots of people, and sometimes they do certain things to try to silence us. We won't let that happen because we're on something special here. The Hour of Rage. We got good shit and more stuff coming. So stick with us. Share the show. Do your part. Everybody, thank you for showing up, Josh. As always, brother.
Absolutely. God bless.
God bless, man. And to the rest of the world out there, this has been the Rage of Aquarius. And I want to thank you, as always, for tuning in. And remember, you're listening live on the Voice of People USA Radio and Television Network, VOPUSARadio.com, VOPUSARadio.com. Look, unexpected music playing in the end. That's like almost perfect timing. I love it.
Phone call was coming in, but that's all right. We're good.
You know, was that some?
That was Mossad. Hang on.
So.
Yeah, let me.
BB doesn't approve.
Mossad? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll be right there. Yeah, give me, L'chaim to you too. All right.
I'll tell you right now, we found one. We found one. You got to buy Alpha Brain right now.
That's right.
Thank you. We'll see you again on Thursday night at 11
That's right.
Eastern for Politishock's Hour of Rage Live. Till then, I'm Dan, that's Josh. Have a good night, everybody.
Rage of Aquarius with your hosts, Dan Smeriglio and Josh Bernstein, every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Voice of the People USA Radio and Television Network. Download our apps on Android and Apple to never miss a show. Watch at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Roku TV, Fire TV, and Android TV, or visit VOPUSARadio.com.